Well, hello everybody and welcome to Jeff's Baking Blog. Today I'm going to make some friands. These are a lovely almond based cake, very popular in Australia and New Zealand and becoming increasingly popular in the UK. Now, they are usually made in a friand pan, which is similar to a muffin pan, but it has oval shaped cups. However, you don't need that pan. You can use a muffin pan and it will work perfectly fine for these friands. And this particular type of friand is going to have two flavours. I'm going to use lemon zest, and then I'm also going to use some mincemeat to go on the top. And if you don't have mincemeat, you can just use the lemon zest and you'll have a lovely lemon friand. If you do have the mincemeat, like I have some left over from Christmas which needs to be used up. It's a good way of using up the mincemeat. So you could just do a lemon friand, you could just do a mincemeat friand, or you could do the combined ones that I'm going to do. So it's all very simple and it doesn't take too long, but you do need, well, I like to chill the batter in the fridge for an hour before I put it into the cups and bake it. So it takes that bit of time as well. So I'll go on to the ingredients. And for this, I have 150 grams, which is 1.5 cups of ground almonds. I have 225 grams, 2 cups minus 1 tablespoon of icing sugar. I have 50 grams, 1/3 of a cup, based on scooping packed flour into a 250 milliliter cup of plain flour. I have 6 medium egg whites, which would be large in the USA, and for information, those 6 egg whites of mine weigh 175 grams, which is about 6 ounces. I have 185 grams, 13 tablespoons plus 1 teaspoon of melted unsalted butter, and that's just cooling down. I have 150 grams, about half a cup of mincemeat. I have the zest from 2 lemons, and I have 5 milliliter of vanilla extract, which is 1 teaspoon. So that's all the ingredients. And the first thing I'm going to do is to sift my icing sugar into a bowl, because it tends to be quite lumpy, and I want to make sure I get rid of any lumps as I use it. So that's good enough. And then what I'm going to do, it's not as effective as with caster sugar, but I'm going to put my zest into that icing sugar, and I'm just going to give that a little rub between my fingers, and it will start to release some oils. With caster sugar, it releases the oils so much better, but this will just give a little bit of that effect to help enhance the lemon flavour. And then I'm going to put in my ground almonds and my flour, and I'm going to mix those around and get all of those things combined together. And that's good enough. So I'll set that to one side for a moment, because I'm going to put my egg whites into another bowl. And then what I'm going to do is whisk them until they're nice and frothy. They don't need to be stiff peaks or even soft peaks, just broken up and frothy. and that's good enough. So then I'm going to pour that into my dry mixture along with my vanilla extract, and I'm going to mix those together. And that's mixed together quite nicely. If there's a couple of little lumps, it doesn't matter in this type of cake. So then I'm going to pour in my butter, and I'm going to mix that through gently to start with because it's very runny, and I'm going to keep mixing until it's fully combined, and that will take a couple of minutes at least. And as you can see, within about 2 minutes that butter has been mixed in nicely into the batter, and I'm going to cover that with some plastic wrap, and I'm going to put it into the fridge and just chill it for an hour. And as the hour comes to an end, I'm going to preheat my oven to 200 degrees Celsius, that's 180 degrees Celsius with a fan, 390 Fahrenheit, and I'm going to grease the insides of the cups of my Friands pan or my muffin tin, and they will be ready to, that will be ready to take the batter. So I'll come back in an hour when I'm ready to distribute the batter and we can get baking. So it's been an hour and my batter has been chilling and my oven is now preheated. So I'm going to put the batter into my prepared pan. I'm just going to take the batter and spoon it in until it's about half an inch or so from the top. And so there, I've filled 10 like that, and I'm going to put those into the oven and I'm going to bake them for 10 minutes. And then after 10 minutes, I'm going to take them out of the oven because I need to make a little indentation in the top to put the mince meat in. So I'll bake these for 10 minutes, then I'll come back and we'll put the mince meat in. So I've baked the Friands for 10 minutes and I'm simply going to take a wooden spoon and I'm going to make a little dent in the centre of each one, just like that. And then I'm going to spoon a couple of teaspoons probably of my mincemeat into the indentations. And then I'm going to put those back into the oven and I'm going to bake them for a further 10 to 15 minutes until they've risen up and a skewer that I poke into the centre of the Friands comes out clean. Then I'll take them out of the oven and leave them in the pan for about 5 minutes before I take them out of the pan and put them onto a wire rack to cool completely. And once they've cooled down, I'll come back and we'll have a taste. I baked my Friands for 25 minutes and in total, so the 10 minutes and then another 15 minutes after I'd put the mincemeat on the top. I left them in the tin for a good 5 minutes, then I took them out. Now I do advise, a couple of mine stuck a little bit, I do advise you to make sure that the tin is well greased before you put the batter in. But they baked up quite nicely, so I'll show you what they look like. And this is them. They're nice and moist inside and they're a little bit crisp on the outside, but that will soften if you put them in an airtight container
tomorrow that will soften quite nicely. So they're nice inside, and I'll have a taste of this one. That's very good indeed. I get the lovely hit of that lemon from the zest. A nice texture because of the almonds and the egg whites, basically. And then that rich mincemeat on the top as well. Very, very good indeed. So these are easy to make. And as I mentioned, you can vary the flavours if you want to. But as I mentioned, you can just do it with the lemon zest, or you can just do it with the mincemeat, or you can do it with both. It's entirely up to you. And always remember, if you don't have a Friands tin, you can use a muffin tin. That works fine as well. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me the thumbs up below. In the top right hand corner of the screen, there'll be an eye that you can click on, and that will take you to a link for the recipe. And I'll put a link below the video as well. And I'll be back with another recipe in the very near future. So until then, happy baking.